I work in the hospital. I'm a nursing assistant, so I'm like CPR first aid trained. So it's kind of like a couple seconds of like, do I go look to help? No, emergency services wouldn't want me in there. They'd want to do their own thing. I would just be in the way. So I was like, kind of like, oh, this opportunity almost like, but then it's like, yeah, no, like, this is like, stop fantasizing. It's serious. Get in the building, shelter, that kind of thing.
And where were you sheltered again?
So in a classroom here in Arps Hall.
How many people were there?
15, maybe.
And what were you hearing from anybody that was over there? Did you have friends or students who were closer? What was that?
To the event? No. So the only thing I know from anyone near there is kind of a friend of my cousin who had talked, and she's the one that told me that they had in fact pulled the fire alarm to get out, but the cousin had gone back inside, like thinking the fire alarm, I've got work to do, ignoring the fire alarm, and then it happened after that. So I don't know anyone that was any closer. Though there have to be, dozens of people that were right there.
Did you see a vehicle?
No, I didn't see anything other than the cop car stand in the intersection there.
So they pulled the fire alarm after they heard this explosion or whatever this was?
No. So my understanding of the situation is that the assailants had pulled the fire alarm, and when I was walking to class, there was on the South Campus dorms near the Union, there had been a fire alarm pulled because I saw people standing outside. So I think they pulled the fire alarm. They pulled the fire alarm in here, went outside. Everyone went outside and was milling around outside. Then my cousin told me she went back in the building, and then the events occurred.
So the fire alarm was pulled at Watts?
The fire alarm was pulled at Watts, is my understanding, according to my cousin. I don't want to. SEANCODY.
This is Sean Cody from Akron. So then the events occurred, the events being whatever this explosion was that you heard, followed by...
followed by 3 gunshots. So some kind of explosion sound. Like, I heard that there was cars being driven into people. Like, I'm sure you all know, you've heard that. It could have been that, but I'm pretty confident it was one loud, like, bang, people running, gray cloud. I thought it was dust because I thought something fell over, but then after the gunshots, it was like, oh no, that was an explosion. That was probably a bomb.
Okay, because one of the stories that we're hearing is that people may have been struck by a car. That's not something you saw.
That's not something I saw. It could have happened. That bang I heard could have been the car hitting something after running through people, hitting a wall. Like, I don't know for certain.
Okay.
But yeah. Sure.
Thanks, son.
So, Ellie, that was a student by the name of Sean Cody who witnessed some of the events, or heard some of the events and witnessed some of the events from this vantage point, which is about where we've been all morning.